Good evening, everybody. I hope that you're so well. My name is Heike Berg. Geraldine sends her love. My wife, we are bronze presidential directors in this incredible company. We just want to say thank you to Breg and Sebastian Kamstra, gold presidential directors, for all the help and support and the love that they've showed us to really show us the way in this business. Also to Vince and Yolandi van der Linde. They are platinum presidential directors. It's just awesome. It's awesome to work as part of a team and to really just kind of, duplicate what people tell you to duplicate. So tonight's training is not going to be that long. I sent out the link this afternoon or this morning, and I wanted to just challenge people, even if you've been around in Manatech for a while, just join tonight so that we can start just with the next little step. Every single one of you have joined to make a success of this. Every single one of you, I assume, have made their dream boards. And it's so ironic, when people make their dream boards, people want to go to space and they want to go travel the world and they want to go to Antarctica and they want to pay their house off and they want to have 10 properties and want to build orphanages and all of those kind of things. Yet the amount of work, constructive focus that they put into their Manatech business is almost sometimes zero. So of course, you can't expect to have that kind of freedom if you treat this business like a hobby, but you can do small little steps, focus time, part-time, to really, make this business work and make this business grow. So tonight, I'm just going to go through two basic things quickly, and then I'm going to go through the daily dozen. I'm going to help you to create better habits, because that's all that it is. All you need to do is literally get into a habit to do a few small basic things every single day in order for you to create massive success. Okay, so the first things first, okay, for the brand new associates, as well as everybody that's been with Manatech for a while, you will always hear people talk about being core. Core is the number one thing that everybody should start. And this takes you literally a few minutes every single day. And if you can work out the amount of hours that you have to spend every month to do this, it's nothing. And it's so exciting. And the thing about being core is that it should be something that you are proud of. It should be something that you strive for. It should be it should be a goal, at the end of the month and every single day, you did what you were supposed to do, because by doing this, you will grow. And it's, as Sebastian always says, it's like putting an egg in an incubator. You will develop, you will hatch, and you will grow. And the 6 most important core activities. Now, I want to make one thing quite clear, that often people get involved in this business and they want to do it their own way. They put the horse behind the carriage or in front of the carriage. They do, all these crazy things. They come up with crazy ideas. They try and do it in a certain way. But until you almost surrender your own ideas and you humble yourself and you do it the way that everybody else does it, you do it the way that the system says, a proven system that has created success for hundreds of people, then you're going to become successful. Okay. And the number one thing of being core is, and being core all focuses on your personal development. Without personal development, you are not going to grow a big business. And how awesome is it that in this business, you can grow as a person, you can grow to become a better husband, a better entrepreneur, a better person, a better version of yourself. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of great entrepreneurs across the world, people that's not involved in network marketing anymore, have said, the best thing they've ever done was join a network marketing company, because you're forced to read self-help and leadership and entrepreneurial books, because that is what teaches you how to grow this business. If you don't do these 5 core or 6 core activities, then the team does not really consider you somebody that's really serious about building this business. Because if you're serious about your dream, you will do these kind of things. If you believe in your dream and you're serious about building this business, you will do these things. And I didn't do them in the beginning perfectly. I didn't. I missed a whole bunch of them. And some of it I thought, I'm not going to be on that call. And, I had a meeting, or I had lunch date, or I had on a Monday night, I didn't listen to the platinum call and my business didn't grow. It was as simple as that. Even people that's been in this business for quite a while, if you stop doing these basic things, your business is going to grow. Why? Because the more you develop, the more your business is going to develop. So your PD, your personal development, and your PV, your point volume of your business runs like this. The more you develop, the more PV is going to grow in your business, because you're going to learn how to do this. You cannot build this business without doing these 5 core activities. Okay, so what are the core activities? Just quickly, your TOMs, tools of the month. Tools of the month. Tom must become your best friend. You know how excited I get when the TOMs come out every single month? Because the TOMs are 4 audios that is either there's a product testimony maybe on, there's some of it is, it's about the principles about how to grow this program and how to grow your business. There's leadership principles on this. It's everything about people that have walked this journey before you that will teach you how to build this business. But the craziest thing about listening to a Tom, when I'm discouraged and I'm down and I'm in the dumps and life is happening and everything, and I listen to a Tom, it's like listening to a sermon for me. It reminds me why I'm in this business. I hear something that person says and I go, oh my word, that's exactly what I need to achieve. If that person can do it, I can do it. Or I hear something and I go, but that was my mistake. Now I know kind of how to rectify it and do it. And the TOMs, you can buy 4 CDs at Manatech House or from your upline, but you also get them on your app, your 4 audios. Plus, there's a book that comes out every month. Now, we can see on the Lead Team app. I mean, I can see on the Lead Team app who are the people that order their books. Now, of course, you don't know whether they read them, but, if you didn't get the book of the month, and I, for example, let's say I enrolled you and I read the book of the month and you didn't read the book of the month, I can't counsel you or instruct you or teach you how to move forward, because we're sitting with different mindsets. We're not sharing the same mastermind. So it's super important. If you can get into the habit of reading 10 pages every night, you start with 5 pages. If you're not somebody that reads, read 2 pages a night. That's where you start. Then people say to me, I don't read. Well, I mean, you read WhatsApp, don't you? And you read Facebook and you read all of that stuff. So if you don't read, it's a choice that you make. You choose not to read. It's not that you don't read, you're choosing not to read. And the reason it's difficult for you is only because it's not a habit in your life. You've lost the habit somewhere along the road, and we want to get that habit starting again. Okay, so that's your TOMs and your book. You order the book with your products every single month. If you're not in Joburg or in Cape Town, whatever, and you read that book. There are literally some of the groups, in our business has got coffee and tea, sessions. They've got coffee and story sessions. They've got book clubs, So there's executive directors or silver EDs that tell their team, listen, we're going to start a book club once a week. We're going to talk about the next 10 pages that we've read on this book. And it's so incredible to do this part of a team. That's how you learn. So TOMs is your number 1. Number 2, you want to be on the welcome call every Sunday night. Why? Because, your team will only do what you do. When you enroll people, they're going to follow what you do. If you're not on the welcome call, they're not going to be on the welcome call. You'll see Geraldine and we're on every single welcome call. I mean, we're bronze presidential directors, still be on every single welcome call. Why? Because somewhere in our business, there was a new person that signed up, and I'd like him to see that we are there with him on the call. And every single welcome call that Vince van der Linde does is so powerful. I invite people to the welcome call. That's not even part of Manatech, because just listening to Vince's story, people go, oh my word, I want to get some new information. So that's the welcome call. It's on a Sunday night. Number 3 is a platinum webinar. That's Monday. That's tonight. Tonight, 9:00, it's platinum webinar. So you get the QR code. Obviously, you put it in your Lead Team app. I'm going to give the QR code for tonight's session as well. But tonight, it's Francois and Mabel van Schalkwyk. Francois was a chartered accountant. He's a silver presidential director in this business. He's got a wealth of golden nuggets to help people build this business. And the platinum webinars are always structured in such a way so that it's for the new people, so that they can learn and grow and apply and understand these principles. That's the platinum webinar. Your opportunity meetings. What is the opportunity meeting? An opportunity meeting at the moment, because of COVID, is on a Tuesday night and a Thursday night. Tomorrow night is our opportunity meeting. It's where you invite people to come and look at the opportunity that we have to share with them. It's on a Thursday night as well. You'll see there's one a UAE meeting for people that's sitting in Dubai. There's a meeting for Europe. If you've got a names list and you've got people in Europe, you phone those people or you SMS them or you WhatsApp them and say, listen, be on this call. This might be your saving grace, listen to it. And across Europe, people can plug into that call and they tell the Europeans how to build this business. That's why you can do this business in so many countries. And of course, you want to learn as quickly as possible how to show the plan. Because, we look at the people who are core. We look at the people that kind of step up, the ones that want to help themselves. We look at the people that's busy with the income producing activities, the ones that read the books, the ones that are really active and going out there to make their businesses work. And what we do is, and that's kind of how you learn, you'll often see people do a why testimony or a product testimony, or they present something on the slides, because that's how we teach you to start presenting this, so that one day you're going to do your own meeting. One day you're going to stand on the super regional stage and you're going to teach many people. And the best way to learn anything is by teaching. Okay, so that's the opportunity meetings. Now, prior to COVID, and of course we're going to get there again, the opportunity meetings used to be in hotels across the country. If you go to the 3-point plan, I'm sure all of you have been there, 3pointplan.net, you'll see there's a calendar there. That calendar used to be filled up. Every single week, there was opportunity meetings either at a hotel or a restaurant or a venue where you could bring anybody to, and there would be a presidential director, showing the plan. You'd see real life people making a lot of money, achieving their dreams. And it's so lekker because you're such a great community. There's people there, the new associate or the new person can meet the upline. Upline will share with him and speak to him. It's so great, and of course we've got COVID today, but come on, we're leaders, we rise above circumstances. We find a way to do this because it's a stone cold fact. We've got a better way than, anything else out there. Then of course, monthly training. Monthly training is once a month. At the moment it's online, but there's monthly training, I think at the moment, which is happening in Stellenbosch, in Cape Town, which is a physical monthly training. We also have physical meetings. Once a month, it's at Bedford View at Manatech House, or it's in Nelspruit, or it's in Kimberley, or it's in Bloemfontein, or wherever. And monthly training, let me tell you, I think I've missed in the last 5.5 years, I think I've missed maybe four or five, because of really things that I could not get out of. But I've canceled a wedding, not my own wedding, but I've canceled a wedding because I wanted to be at monthly training. Because it is so important. It's the nuts and bolts of training. And you don't go to monthly training just once. Remember, if you don't go, your team doesn't go. So monthly training is once a month. It's a non-negotiable. These things should be non-negotiables. Non-negotiables. These are the things that you do. It's a stone cold fact. You put it in your diary. Doesn't matter what happens. You at monthly training. Why? Because it's your business. You've got a team there. You're responsible for some people's growth. You want to set the example. If you don't set the example, your team, people that you sign up, they're also not going to set the example. So super important. And then, of course, attend super regional event. Now, this coming Saturday is the super regional event. It's a once every 3 months. Usually we have super regionals either in Cape Town or Somerset, Cape Town, Lord Charles Hotel, or Gallagher Estate. But this is the heart of Manatech. This is really where everybody come together, and you can feel the heartbeat of this company. Then suddenly you start realizing, oh my word, is this what this company is all about? You get the greatest motivational speakers. You learn about products. You learn about, recruiting. You learn about how to build this. You hear about stories about people that have started exactly where you've started, and people that have made a massive success. Now, obviously, when we come together, as a group, it's so much more powerful than online. But I want to challenge you. This Saturday, sit in front of your computer. Don't walk around, mow the lawn, everything, and just let it run. I'm telling you now, if you were paid 40,000 Rand a month as a salary to sit in front of that computer and listen, because if you don't apply those principles, you're going to get fired. Let me tell you, you would sit there and you would listen. So why is it different, from, with what we have at the moment? You should treat it exactly the same way. So these core events, absolutely crucial, non-negotiable for your success. So, of course, a lot of people don't do them. And then when you look at their businesses, you'll see, okay, well, maybe that's because probably you're not doing some of the basic things. Okay, so next up, quickly, Often people ask us, we spoke to some people the other day that's been in the business for about 5-6 months, and they don't even know about the books. And we talk about these books every Sunday night. When we do first step training, we talk about these books. These are the books that you have to start with. If somebody comes to me and says, Heike, I don't know really how to recruit people. And I'll ask people, have you read GoPro from Eric Worre? That's a how-to book. It's your how-to book. He'll tell me no. I'll say, well, go read the book. After you've read the book, we can talk about it. I can't help you and empower you if you don't go and read the book. And these books should actually not be read. They should be studied. They should be studied. So Greatest Networker in the World is an awesome book about somebody that's been in the business for a while and it didn't work for him. And then he met this awesome network marketer and the principles that this person taught him. It's incredible. GoPro, Eric Worre. That's your how-to book. Copycat Marketing 101, Burke Hedges. He talks about how network marketing works and the idea of copycatting just what other people do. My mentor, Sebastian, when I asked him, I said to him, Sebastian, how do I make 100,000 Rand in this business? How do I do that every month? And he said to me, Heike, do what the leaders do. You don't have to copycat their personalities. You don't have to copycat how they speak. You don't have to copy. Just see the activities that they do. And the activities were those core activities. Just copycat that. Rock up at training, be at listen to your toms, be on the opportunity meetings. If you come alone to an opportunity meeting, great, you will learn. If you bring people to an opportunity meeting, you will earn. And that's obviously what we want. So, Greatest Salesman in the World. That book has changed so many people across the world. If you know the history of that book of Ochmandino, when he wrote that book, Ochmandino was on his way to shoot himself. He wanted to commit suicide. And he walked into a library that evening. It was raining, and he picked up a book from Napoleon Hill, The Power of Positive Thinking, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. I've got the book up here. I just finished it. I've got a little bit more to go, and I'm reading Napoleon's books over and over, and I study it because I want to know the principles of how this works. And he read that book, and from that book, he decided, he got this inspiration, and he wrote Greatest Salesman in the World, and he became one of the greatest authors in the world. I mean, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale that wrote The Power of Positive Thinking. He wrote the blurb on top of that book. It's a small little book. It's not about sales. It's about your mindset, getting your mindset right, speaking the truth over you about who you are, who you were born to be, your identity. I spoke to somebody earlier this week, and this person said, I feel so ashamed that I'm such a failure and this and this and this. And it's all lies. It's lies. It's just because you believe it. It doesn't mean it's a truth. You need to change this thing, because if you change your thinking, your actions will change and your life will become different. Okay. Parable of the Pipeline was the second book that I read that made me decide that I was going to join this business. It's a story book about pipeline income versus selling time for money. And it just made absolutely sense to do this. Your audios, the first few audios, we send it on the Academy group. We send it to you. You don't even have to buy a CD, How to Build Your Network Marketing Company from Jim Rohn. Great answers to important questions about the science, just a little bit about the science. Your Presidential Story by Dr. Steve Nugent, Manatech Difference. Now, let me tell you, these audios and these books, yes, that's what you've got to start with. But that's the bare minimum. You sit with somebody for 6 months that's done this business and he hasn't read that book. You can't expect that person to grow and build and achieve those dreams on that board if they don't do these basic things. Now, often these last two things at the audios, the leadership pack and the product pack, people almost ignore that. The leadership pack is always on the Academy group, and it's always on you can buy the CDs, 8 CDs, and then there's 2 product packs, which also have 8 CDs in each. And the leadership packs talk about the basic fundamental principles in this business and some of the concepts that we need to understand in order to grow this business. Let me tell you, my business did not grow until I went and I listened to those leadership packs. And then I understood what is cross-lining. I understood the triple H's, hungry, honorable, honorable. I understood those things. I understood suddenly the 3 powers that we always talk in Manatech about: the power of the spoken word, the power of unity, the power of submission. I understood what those principles meant. I started understanding the 5 nevers. What are the 5 nevers? Things that you should never do. Yet I was doing those 5 nevers, and it's been in front of me all the time. It's for free. It's on WhatsApp. It's like literally there. Now, let me tell you why I think people don't listen to it. First of all, it's because they didn't invest 500,000 Rand in the business, because otherwise they would have listened to it straight away. But the second thing is that somehow people think that when they start their own businesses, and I think it's a bit of an ego thing, you want offices, you want to have assets, you want to see the trucks, you want to see the buildings, you want to actually see that you're doing something. You've got this massive business that you run. Here, you've got your cell phone, You can't show somebody where your business is. You can't show them all the cash flow coming in and out, even though you don't make any profit. You can't show those things, So a lot of people, I think, has got a problem about humbling themselves and starting this business because they're somehow afraid, that when they're going to talk to somebody, people are not going to take them seriously. And it's, again, just a mindset. If you think that, it's just a mindset. You believe it. The rest of the world doesn't believe it. It's only you. So please make sure that you speak to your upline, get these leadership packs, the product packs you can get, but also it's on audio. It's Dr. Steve Nugent that goes through every product, quite intensely. And you don't have to be an expert, but look, it's your business. You're going to have to listen to some of those CDs to hear what kind of products it is and the science that you have to give to people. If you don't listen to those products, that people join this business and then they send me an SMS, Heike, what do I give for arthritis and this and this and that? And then I kind of help them, but I say to them, next time before you ask a question, go listen to the leadership packs. Go onto your app, go onto your library, speak to your upline, get involved with product training, and just kind of get the basics of what's going on. I'm not always going to answer you if you don't take ownership of your own business. Okay, so I wanted to just cover that quickly, but here's what I wanted to get to tonight is the Daily Dozen. So the Daily Dozen, there's a reason why they created this program. Oh, yes, Geraldine. She wanted to get something. Yeah. Oh, she got my cooler bag. She's going to pack my lunch for tomorrow. So let me tell you what the Daily Dozen is all about. So it's literally to help create healthy habits in your life. Now, I don't know if you know, but 97% of all New Year's resolutions fail, in the first 2 weeks or month or whatever. Most of them fail after about 2-3 months, and people just don't really achieve what they wanted to achieve. And the reason for that is, there's a very simple reason, is if you've never, suddenly, you go through an entire year, you do certain things every day and you've got certain habits, habits of maybe not doing anything, habits of watching TV, habits if you only work a half a day, half-day job in the morning, the afternoon, you really come home and you sit at home and you kind of do other things and stuff, and you've got spare time, but you're not using that spare time, efficiently. So all of a sudden you get to a place and you make these New Year's resolutions, but you never made the effort to put the habits in place or the activity in place slowly but surely, so that it can become a habit. You all of a sudden start this thing and, you've got to do a few things, and only because of habit, you can't, finish what you need to finish. So this Daily Dozen is there to help you. Oh, sorry about that. Hold on, Geraldine. Hold on quickly. Sorry, I did this now. Jerry, just come help here quickly. I can't know. Well, there's this taskbar here in front of me. I want to just get to the beginning again. Hold on. There we go. Yay, there we go. Okay, good. Okay, great. So, this sheet is literally here to help you get into those small little habits in order for you to grow a massive business. And I'm going to go straight from the top, and I'm going to work the way down, and I'm going to help you make it very, very simple and very easy for yourself. So the one that Geraldine and I have includes morning quiet time, prayer time, which is very important for us. And it also includes things like social media. And so we just took this thing and we put a few extra things in there because we need to get to everything. So the first thing you want to do in the mornings when you get up is you want to start your day with those 6 positive emotions. I don't know what faith you are in. I don't know kind of where you are at and stuff, but if you don't start your day correctly, how are you going to inspire people? How are you going to talk to people? If you start your day and the first thing you go, look at yourself and, you've got all these things to do, and you kind of wake up and you go out of the house and you're already anxious about the day that has to start, and you kind of, it feels like you're living in a nightmare. How are you going to sell a dream to somebody if you're living in a nightmare? So you want to get up, and even if it helps you, so I make gratitude lists in my dressing room or wherever, and at our house, I make gratitude lists, and I write the things down that I'm really grateful for. Even though I don't feel grateful at the moment, I write it down, and I look at those things, and I thank our Father for what it is that we have. And I start with this and I choose these emotions. Even though you don't feel like, I choose to act in love today. I choose joy. I choose freedom. I choose empowerment, knowledge, appreciation. And then I go on and I do my affirmation. So your upline or your mentor or the coach that you're working with, or your executive director, whoever, should help you with your affirmations. Okay, what is an affirmation and why is it so important? So here is our affirmations. I took it off our wall at in our bedroom. I've got this at 3 places, here and at work. Why an affirmation? Okay, so an affirmation is something positive, something truthful that you speak over yourself, okay? And the reason why it's so important, we get bombarded every day with so much negativity, so much rubbish that the world wants to tell us, lies about who we are, what we were meant for. We constantly live with thoughts. I constantly did that. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I'm not, successful enough. I don't have what it takes. I'm a loser. I'm a failure. All those messages. And social science has, over and over and over proved that, did you know that for every negative thing you speak over yourself, every negative or lie that you kind of believe about yourself, you have to say the exact opposite positive thing 17 times out loud. You've got to say it 17 times to cancel out that one negative thing that goes and sits in your subconscious mind. Why? Because 97% of the time, we just hear these lies, that we can't live an extraordinary life, that we can't have great purpose, that we can't live an abundant life. And we believe these things over ourselves because it's belief systems that's rooted from a very, very, very young age. So these affirmations, is there for you to reprogram your mind. And in the beginning, it's going to feel weird. I've been doing affirmations for 21 years. I didn't start doing affirmations in Manatech. I knew what affirmations was all about and the power about affirmations because I've been doing it for 21 years. I still have the first paper that I wrote my first affirmations on. I had these feathers that with Prit, I was in rehab or heroin. I was a junkie there and I'm sitting there and I'm building this affirmation board and I had to go and say these things up loud for me. It was so strange, so weird, but the power of affirmations is to change your mindset. And here's our affirmations. I'm going to read it to you. The first one I always say in the mornings to myself is, I am loved and I belong. I say it out loud. I'm loved and I belong. I greet every day with love. Today I will pray and my prayer will be answered. I will act now. Not tomorrow. I will act now. I'm worthy of God's good plan for my life. I'm prosperous and I'm living a life of true wealth and abundance. I will persist until I succeed. I'm nature's greatest miracle. I'm a man of the highest character. I'm thinking godly, healthy, and beautiful thoughts. Today, I will be the master of my emotions. I'm fit, healthy, financially free, and I'm living my dream life. I'm making a huge contribution to society. I walk upright, always filled with courage and strength. I am a platinum presidential director. Done. Spoken word. Done. I do everything that the ordinary man is not willing to do so that one day I will have what the ordinary man will not have, and that is freedom in God's purposes for my life. These things are in our bedroom. And as I wake up, I look at these things and I go stand in front of it and I speak it out loudly. I remind myself every day of these truths about myself. And why is it truthful? Because in my favorite book, there are certain spiritual principles that my creator speaks over me, and I believe those things. It's super important, your affirmations. Okay, number 2, and you do that quickly. You tick it down. Review your goals and your dreams. We see our dream board every single day. Now, our dream board is a living thing that we've put out there, and we work towards these things. It is a living dream. We look at our dreams, we look at our goals, and I've also written down our dream board in a declaration, which is super important. If you read Think and Grow Rich, it's a book that everyone on this call has to read. Think and Grow Rich. It's the book from Napoleon Hill. It's the greatest book on the principles of wealth creation that has ever written. It's one of the 5 most read books in the world. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. And he talks about writing out a declaration, what you declare over your life. We've written out a declaration that's in the future present tense. In other words, I talk as if it's already done, like these affirmations. It's a 2-pager that I've typed about what Geraldine, what our life is going to look like, the things we're going to contribute to, where we are financially. We've written it down for the 7th of the 7th, 2027, and that's where we're going to be. Now, of course, it's not going to work out perfectly, but we claim that stuff, okay, which is super important. That means that's what it means, reviewing your goals, reviewing your dreams. This daily dozen, a lot of people make it their aim to be director, silver director, gold director. That's their goal for the end of the month. So people become result-driven in their goals, and that shouldn't be like this in this business. They should be activity-driven. Your goal should be to finish this every day. Let me tell you, platinum will come. Don't focus on the pin. Focus on the activity. Your goal should be not to be directly. Your goal should be this. If I can finish this every day, goal achieved. And the pin level will follow automatically. Activity-driven, not result-driven. Okay, super important. We're going to chat about that as well in one training session. Review your goals and your dreams. Geraldine and I, for a long time, had our goals written on our TV. You came into the house, our TV was off. Our goals for the week, weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals on our TV. So we walk in there and we see that is our goal. We've got a system of keeping ourselves accountable. That's the best way of achieving the goal. Have somebody else keep you accountable. Because if you are an employee, you are being kept accountable, because if you don't do what you need to do, you're going to lose your job. So there's a consequence. It should be the same with goal setting. If you can't achieve goals by yourself, and you don't know how to do it, and you don't know how to reach out, and you don't know how to be self-motivating and keep yourself accountable, you need people to keep you accountable. If you want to be a presidential in this business and you want to do it in 15 months, like some of the people on the school have done it, you better get somebody that will keep you accountable. Most people don't want to do it because I know, it's going to require me to change and do something. I'd rather build this business the way I want to build this business on my own pace. And most people, let me tell you, 95% of people in network marketing, their own pace does not create success, because they don't have the habits yet in place that will wake them up, do what they need to do in order to achieve their goals. Then, of course, list your things to do for the day. I work on lists. I have a Google Calendar. Every single day, there's certain things in there, and I don't go to bed until it's done. I've got a list that I need to do, and I do it. Then, of course, plan your calendar. What does that mean? Well, let's say, people say, hey, I'm going to make a success in Manatech. Okay. That means, if you want your dream to become alive and you want to live that kind of freedom that many people in Manatech do enjoy, 2 to 5 years, never ever have to work ever again, got residual income, it's awesome, you've got your own choices, gives you the freedom of choice. Let me tell you, then the Manatech calendar has to be the most important thing in your life when it comes to your business, okay? When it comes to your work. Yes, of course, you've got a day job that you need to work on, and you maybe have your own business that you've got to do. But what is the Manatech calendar? Well, it's your opportunity meetings on a Tuesday night, on a Thursday night. It is your Monday night webinar. It is your monthly training. It's the super regional events. It's that calendar, those things that it's non-negotiable. You tell your kid, and listen, it's not difficult, because if you go for the next year and you write down every Saturday when there's monthly training, you've got more than enough time to let everybody know and make the plan and tell your kids and tell your husband and tell everybody that, listen, we've got 3 weeks out of the 5 or the 4. That 4th week, it's Manatech training. I'm there. We can do everything else on the other 3 weeks. I'm at that training. That's how that's how important it is. And also your calendar is obviously, people say you don't have a boss in this business. You do have a boss, and it's your calendar. If you don't fill up your calendar with people that you're going to phone and share the opportunity with and chat with, it's just, nothing's going to happen. If you work for Xerox and you don't phone at least 30 people a day, they fire you. You work for a measly 15 to 20,000 Rand salary and a bit of commission and everything. But, if you don't phone the people, they fire you. If you work at Vodacom, if you work for Virgin Active, if you work for, if you're at a call center, if you start your own business, doesn't matter what it is, and you need to find people. Let me tell you, with those big companies, if you don't have that minimum of people that you reach out to, and you get a salary about this big and a bit of commission, and you can't even save every month, you don't work for them anymore. They'll fire you. They're going to tell you, listen, take the road. But in Manatech, people struggle to phone 2 or 3 people every day, or reach out to people, or share this gift with people, or invite them to a call. Let me tell you, if I paid you 1,000 Rand for every person that you could invite for a call, how many people are you going to invite? You're going to say to me, yes, yeah, I'm not going to stop. Exactly. So The problem is not finding people. The problem is your motivation. If that's your mindset, then you're still in the employee mindset. We need to, with the personal development, help you understand what is an entrepreneurial mindset. You don't get the money now, but the harvest is going to be massive. Okay. So you want to plan your calendar. Good. Read 10 to 30 minutes. There's your Tom activity. You want to tick it off. That's your goal. You read 10 to 30 minutes every night. Okay. 10 pages, 8 pages, 5 pages. That's where you start. Again, if you don't know how to, if you don't read 2 pages every night and start there. Okay. Listen to a motivational CD. What are these motivational CDs? So there's 4 audios that come out every month, the Toms. Those 4 audios, listen, let me tell you, you listen to them in one day. I mean, I've listened to the Toms. You know, you drive to Joburg, you drive back. That's more than enough time to listen to all 4 in one trip. Every single day, you want to listen to a Manatech audio. When you go onto your app, you'll see all the presidential stories. Listen to those presidential stories. Take all the music out of your car. If you're serious, you take all the music out of your car. Your car should be a driving library. I don't have any music in my car. Well, I've got iTunes, but let me tell you, when I climb into that car, yes, every now and again, you listen to a tune. I listen to a gospel song and everything just to kind of get my spirits on. But then when I go, I put on an audio. And I listen to an audio. I listen to people that have done this business before you because it's going to change your mindset. You're going to go and go, oh, wow, I didn't know that. I must send this to that person. You know, there's prospecting audios on your app. Listen to the prospecting audios and you're going to go, oh, I'm going to send this to that woman. You know, she needs to listen what Leonie van der Linde says on this audio. Boom, that woman's going to come back and say, shush, you know, this is incredible. Send me more info. There is CDs. If you go to Manatech House, or you go to Leonie van der Linde's house in Somerset West, let me tell you how many CDs there are of people teaching you how to build Manatech. Not any other company, how to build this business. I've had boxes of CDs, boxes. I used to get them. I used to pass them out. I used to listen to them. I used to get CDs from 5, 6, 7 years ago. I would go search these things. I asked my upline. I get these because I wanted to learn as much as I could. You have to listen. Well, I say have to, but of course it's voluntary. I'm saying that if you want to create success in this business, listen to a motivational CD. It's not just to build your business. It's for you to grow as a human being. It's for you to get inspired. It's for you to go, oh, wow, you know, yes, that person struggles with that. I also struggle with that. And this is how we overcame it. And, you know, it helps you become a better version of yourselves. It's good. It's oil. It's to fill your oil. You know, it's so easy that we go out and we share so much of ourselves to people that you can empty yourself completely. And then what use are you then? You know, you want to constantly fill yourself up. And, you know, obviously there are other things that you do and things that I do in order for me to fill my cup, to take care of myself, to selflessly practice self-love. For me to listen to a motivational audio is selflessly self-loving myself. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my mindset. I can get into such stinking thinking that for 2 days I don't do anything because my head is somewhere. You know, get yourself out of your head by listening to an audio, listening to a Tom. Then, of course, you know, we spoke about the recruitment and we spoke about your prospecting. A proper professional person that takes this professionally, that, you know, has got the attitude of, I'm going to become a pro in this. I'm going to become the best dude in South Africa and in the world with this business. I'm just going to crush it. You know, you add a new person to your names list every single day, at least 2. We spoke about it. There was training on it. We can send it again to you about how do you have unlimited prospects. We had this training the other day. You want to add these 2 people on your names list every single day. Okay. Here's where people fall off the wagon completely. They do all of these wonderful things. And then they've got to start now contacting people. And somehow people are super afraid of contacting other people. And the only reason for that is your motivation. That's it. As I said before, if I pay you 1,000 Rand for every person that you phone or contact or WhatsApp or voice note to invite, to have a look at what it is that we do. If I pay you 1,000 Rand, you'll do 20, 30, 40 a day because you're going to make 40,000 Rand a month. You're not going to care. You just got to put that money in your pocket. So it's the motivation and the discipline that is lacking. So this daily dozen will teach you the disciplines. You know, there's an irony. The irony of freedom is that it requires a lot of discipline. That's the irony of freedom. Any kind of freedom that you want, whether it's freedom in your faith, freedom in your hobbies, freedom in financial freedom, requires a lot of discipline. If you're not going to get these disciplines in place, your business is always going to kind of do this. Now, let me tell you, when you start doing this, all of these things, don't you think your business you're going to start seeing some results? Of course, you're going to start seeing some results. Now, here's the thing. The reason why people struggle with this is, even though you do have a half a day off, maybe, or you've got the morning off, or you have got an hour, 2 hours every day, all of a sudden you see this thing and all of a sudden you've got on our phone 10 people. The habit is not in place yet. It's such a big thing. Oh, I've got to phone 10 people because, I haven't done it for 20 years and now all of a sudden I've got to reach out to 10 people. I understand it's overwhelming. Of course it's overwhelming. And the reason for that is because you haven't even phoned one person. So what you need to do, and here's what I want to say to you, and this is what makes it so beautiful. I want you guys, if you struggle with this and you don't do this every day, because if you don't do this, your business is not going to grow. You might as well not build the business if you don't, reach out to people so that you can get new eyeballs on the product and on, the opportunity. Then, of course, you're just going to probably stay a product user and your business is not going to grow. But here's what I want to say. If you struggle, for the next month, for this month, all I want you to do is reach out to 2 people a day, one for the product and one for the opportunity. That's it. That is as duplicatable and as simple as anybody can make it. You want to chat with one person. You've got your names list. You've made your names list of about 300 people. And if you get, and I'm not saying start with 10 people. No. Start with one person on the opportunity and one person on the customer. Because if you do that every day, that's 14 people a week, right? Now, let's say you phone 14 people that you wanted to invite. You ask that person, what are you doing on Tuesday night, Thursday night? Look, I want to invite you to do this incredible webinar. Have a look at it. Of course, out of those 14 you're going to invite, maybe 5 or 4 or 6 or whatever is actually going to be on that call. If you listen to Jim Rohn's CD, he's going to talk about the 80-20 principle. It works like that in any business. You're going to phone 10 people, 2 or 3 might pitch up. It's just how life works. It's just how it works with anything in life. People go, people didn't pitch up for the meeting. I'm busy. No, that's how life works. But if you're going to just phone one person a week, that person's probably not going to show up. But if you phone 14 people in that week, let me tell you, 4 or 5 will be on the call. Your upline and your coach will help you follow up. 1 or 2 might sign up. That's 4 or 5 or 6 associates a month. Do you know how incredible that is? 5 or 6 associates a month. Some people don't even sign up 1 associate a month, and then they expect their business to grow. But you want to start with this, just with one person. Just start with it. And you'll see after you've done it for a month, you're going to go, I'm busy with one person. I'm just going to phone another person and another person. And eventually you're going to go, oh my word, I'm phoning 3-4 people every day because I'm seeing results in my business. I'm getting good at what I do. The first time, of course, you're not good. You don't know what to say. Of course, there are many scripts in your success guide. Read the success guide when the box comes to your house. Read GoPro. Read the Last Prospecting Guide. Read the books and listen to the CDs that's going to teach you how to reach out to people and show them what it is that you want to show them. You don't have to be the expert. All that you basically do is you build the connection between that person and the information, and you help that person look at the information, and you get the upline to help follow up with that person. How difficult can that be? How difficult can that be? That's where you start. Just 2 phone calls. And here's the key. You do it first thing in the morning. After you've done all those things, you do it first thing in the morning, because then it's done. It's out of the way. Let me tell you, you're going to feel so great. You're going to feel so good. You're going to write down who you phoned. You're going to get their numbers. They're probably going to say yes or whatever and stuff. You're going to make sure that that person, again, before the opportunity, you're just going to follow up with him again and make sure that he's on the webinar. Because, if you phone somebody on a Monday to say you must be there on a Tuesday, most people forget, or the cat dies, or the dustbin gets driven over, or the geyser bursts, like our geyser burst last night. Things like that happen. So you want to follow up with people, get them excited, stay excited. That's all that you need to do. Then, of course, once you start, you're not going to be able to show the plan, and it's not necessary in the beginning for you to show the plan. You invite them to the calls on a Tuesday, on a Thursday night. When you go to your upline, the first thing you want to do as a person that's just joined, you want to get 10, 15 of your friends, and you ask your upline to show them the plan. whether you can do it online, you can invite people to your house. If you're comfortable with COVID and people are, they're okay with those kind of things, which is probably at the moment still a bit okay. But, phone your upline and say, listen, I've got 5 people, I've got 10 people that want to see what it is that we do. And you set up an online meeting. Do you know how many people in this group is there willing to assist you and help you to show that kind of plan? But it has to come from you. We can help you build this business, but you've got to step up and do these kind of things. The more people you get to show this opportunity to, the upline is there to help you. And then, of course, automatically, you're going to grow customers. You're going to get your 500 PPV, okay, in your circle. You're going to learn how to service a customer. And, of course, the more money you make, you're going to start trying new products. You want to try all the products in the range because you want to understand what the products do. And it's as simple as that. Now, let me tell you, 95% of the people on this call is not going to do this. And it's just the way it is. It's just how it works. You get the people that read the book and they don't practice it. They go to the seminar, they feel inspired, they go out, they do nothing. They look at this, they go, tomorrow I'm going to start. They don't do it tomorrow. Why do people do that? Don't know. If you listen to Jim Rohn CD, he's going to say, don't sign up for that class. Don't sign up. Why? Find the people that are willing to do these things. If you're in this business for quite a while, you're going to realize that when you speak to people, everybody wants to make more money. There's not a person I know that wouldn't like to earn an extra few grand every single month. Okay. Everybody wants to feel better. Everybody wants to help somebody else, actually, because there's a measure of meaning that comes into your life when you serve and you help other people. You can't separate service from meaning. A lot of people say, how do I live a meaningful life? Well, start serving, because that's where meaning actually comes from. You can't separate those two. But so everybody wants to do those things. But, not everybody is willing to do whatever it takes to live that life. There's a gesegde, what's it called, that says, poo stinks, but it's warm. People complain, they'll say how terrible life is, they'll say this, but they're not willing to step out of their comfort zones, learn, go through the uncomfortable things to change their lives, because it's so comfortable. Poo stinks, but it's warm. It's so comfortable to be kind of where they're at. So everybody wants to have that kind of freedom. Everybody builds the dream board because that's what they kind of want. Very few people are willing to actually take the action and step out and do it. Let me tell you, if you take these first few small steps, if you do this for a month, I promise you the results that you're going to see is incredible. It's going to be incredible. All of a sudden, you're going to grow a bit more confident. You're going to go, shucks, this works. You work with your upline. You read the books. You start understanding how this business system works. You're at Super Regional, this event now, this Saturday. You look at those people. You go, wow, if they can do it, I can do it. We haven't even started touching the tip of the iceberg. Now, our CEO, Alfredo Balla, said that network marketing is going to hit a peak in about 2035, 2038, it's going to hit a peak. I mean, we've still got a good 18, 20 years to build on our way to that peak, and really, really create massive success in our lives. If you've got people in the UAE, one person, WhatsApp that person, phone them. It's on your names list. Invite them to the UAE meeting. Invite them to the Dubai meeting. Ask your upline and help them how to follow up. Just go through these simple things. And of course, so here's the thing, JP Costa says a very true thing. He's a platinum presidential in this business. And I think he said it a number of times at training sessions and super regionals. He says, if you don't want to phone somebody and share this gift with somebody, you're actually caring a lot more for your ego than what you're caring for that person's well-being, because you care too much about what that person thinks about you. And it is just so true. It's so true. We care so much about what people think of us that we're too selfish to share with people the gift that we have. People say to me, Heike, I will do anything for you. I'll do anything for my kids. I'll do anything for my kids. I'll do anything. But they won't even phone 5 people a day. So the truth is you actually won't do everything for your kids. And it's hard words, but it's the truth. You've got to decide. You joined this company. You said, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to do this. So let's start working. What I showed you tonight is so easy. It's so duplicatable. Spend your time on this, start taking this thing seriously, and you're going to see the fruit that it's going to give you. So with that, I want to say good night. Let me just see what the time is. That's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. I hope it was helpful. You can get this Daily Dozen track from 3pointplan.net. Go download this Daily Dozen, put it up. There's our Daily Dozen. I'm going to show you now. There's our Daily Dozen against the wall. There's against the wall. That blue ticks, that's the ticks of what we've done. That is, it's laminated. There's our blue ticks, full, blue tick, blue tick, blue tick, blue tick, blue tick. We still do it today because we like challenging ourselves. So, if you go and lie, just go lie, after the Platinum webinar is at 9, don't miss it. And really go and sit and think about your life. Think about what you want. Think about, how simple these things are. Read the books, listen to the audios, and you're going to go, oh my word, I read those first 5 books. I read them in a week. Done. And I read Undeniable Destiny, which is the testimony of Sam and Linda that started Manatech. If you want that book, I can put it on the groups. I'll put it there, Undeniable Destiny. Read that book and you're going to go, oh my word, this is just absolutely incredible. Because once you understand the depth of what you truly have here, you're going to be unstoppable. So with that, we want to say good night. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. We'll see you tomorrow night. So phone tomorrow. Get your guys on that call. If you can get 3-4 guys tomorrow on that call and we'll help you follow up, do you know what a great meeting is going to be? Do you know how your business is going to grow? And even if they don't sign up, you learned things. You're going to learn things. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, opportunity meeting. Be on the score. Obviously, it's on the groups, the link. And see you guys at Super Regionals on Saturday. So with that, we want to say good night. Have an incredible evening. Thank you for all the leaders that's on the score. We really appreciate it. You guys are great. Thank you for setting such an incredible example. Good night. Bye.